Hey guys, this is Oracle Daphne, back again with my angry t-shirt for October 4th, for your daily horoscope for all signs, okay? I don't know if I'm going to be able to do one more after this. We'll see how far I get. You know, my hair is starting to frizz, and that's a sign that it's time for me to go to sleep, okay? I have all these little signs. My hair gives me signs. You know, it tells me when it's had enough. You know, and it tells me that it's time to go to sleep. So you can tell. Starting to get fuzzy. As you know, that's a sign for me to go to sleep here soon. Anyways, I hope that you guys are doing good. Got a couple of cards who kind of popped out at me here. And I actually don't normally do this, but I am going to read them. I'm going to read 3 cards for you guys. This is today's October 4th. We got 3 lovely cards. We got the Sun card, which is, I think of this as like riding into the distance, riding into the sunset. Clint Eastwood, you know. And then this is climbing a mountain, victory. And then we got the 7 of Swords, which is the liar, the cheater, the thief, which is an interesting way to end this little spread. So October 4th is a very interesting day. Why did these 3 pop out at me for October 4th? And we're just going to go right into it. If you watched my October 3rd video, you know that I had a little moment, a couple of rants and raves about, you know, climate change in the world. But we're just going to get right into it, okay, for October 4th, for all you lovely people. So it's interesting because there's 2 victory cards actually, and there's 4 victory cards in my deck, and the 4 victory cards, they're all different. These 2 victory cards, this card comes after this. I think. I'm trying to think now. Which comes first? I think there might be another victory card in between. But anyways, the story here is, the story for this victory card is, this is about a person who has climbed up to this ledge, you know, climbed up onto this rock, on this ledge, on a mountain, through his sheer hard work and his dedication and his effort. So there's an energy here on the 4th that you're going to feel like you've achieved something on this day. You're either going to get what you want. It's Saturday, so maybe you just may feel like you've achieved something. And, you know, just by getting through the week, you feel like really relieved you made it through the week. But this is bigger than that. This is really getting to this point where you can feel like you can say, I did it. You know, I've done it. You know, and it makes you really happy. I mean, this is a guy who's climbed up. This is not the top of the mountain. Oh, that's right. Okay. So the 2 other victory cards, I'm just going to pull them because this came up in one of my readings recently, and I put it all together, and I really am thinking about it this way now, that there's this little story to these 4 victory cards, that they're different. And how this applies to this, I'll show you in just a second. Let me get it. There's 1. And I have success cards, but this is more victory. Okay. So we got the 4 victory cards. Trying to think how I will put them in order. Okay, so these cards are not of this day, but I'm going to mention them here so you guys gotta kind of have a little bit of a story. The story is, this victory card, this person, guy or girl, goes into battle because he has been wronged in some way, or sticking up for himself in some way, or he's fighting what I call the good fight. And he's going into battle knowing that he can win, and he's innocent. You know, he's going into battle and he hasn't done anything. Somebody else has caused conflict and he is defending himself, but he's also fighting a good fight. So he could be, you know, being an advocate for somebody. This is, you know, a knight that goes into battle on your behalf, you know. This is you, but this is somebody who goes into battle on your behalf. So this person goes into battle fighting a good fight, okay? And they win. This is victory, right? And then the moment after, you could say, is this person who, after he's won, he rides into the distance. Okay, he rides in the distance, and he's feeling really, really good. Okay, really good. And then he gets to the base of this mountain. Okay, so he gets to the base of this mountain, and he decides, you know, he's going to climb this mountain because there's something at the top that he wants. So instead of flying up, which he could easily do, he decides, because he needs to learn some lessons, some lifestyle lessons, and because he wants challenge, he climbs up, not to the top of the mountain, to like a crest, you know, and, you know, like a part of the cliff, okay? And when he gets there, he is really excited because he has gotten to this point where he's made it. He's made it farther than he ever thought he could. And this is someone who's put in many long hours doing something, working hard, okay? And then this person, this is a guy, but in a magical world, he could change it to female. He can change form, okay? And this guy changes form and goes higher, okay? Gets to a higher point, gets to the highest point, climbs, let's just say that the mountain is this much higher up, okay? Gets to the very top. This is the point, this is the top of their game. This is the top of the mountain. They've climbed all the way up, and they are sitting looking down, and they have this perspective, you know, how high up they are. They have all this property. They are very wealthy. They have achieved not only success, but great wealth, okay, and power, okay. This is someone who is empowered, okay. This is someone who has a lot, okay. We're not talking just one car. We're talking a whole garage, you know. We're talking financial abundance up the wazoo. We're talking big time. You know, you own your own company. You are the boss. This is somebody who's made it. He or she holds a staff. And this could be even equated. I call this the sitting on top of the world card. So the mountain is always a metaphor, right? But at the same time, the story is that they went up to a part on the mountain in this card, didn't quite get all the way to the top, but they still felt like they achieved a lot. And then they got to the top of the mountain, and they had this perspective that they were sitting on top of the world. And literally, this could be somebody who has an even higher perspective, where they are like energetically on top of the world. They're at the highest peak. They are energetically evolved, okay? So the interesting thing is that's the story, right, for all these 4 cards here. And we're going to take away the world card, or the sitting on top of the world card. And we're going to take away the battle. And what we're left with is there's been a battle. Okay, maybe that happened October 3rd, okay, because October 3rd sucked ass, okay, and I'll say that bluntly because it did, okay. They went into battle. For some reason, October 3rd was quite difficult, and then they're feeling like on October 4th, which is today's horoscope, they're feeling like really good in the beginning. Like they're, you know, the sun is shining, things are really great, and they have a sense of achievement. They have a sense, and they have a sense that they have climbed up to this ledge, this point, this rock, and they can say, they can stand there and rejoice and be happy and party and have fun. You know, this is a Saturday. You know, so that's probably what you're doing. Now there is an element of intrigue because of this card, which doesn't relate to the other victory cards, okay? And it doesn't relate even to these cards. No, not really. I don't see it. So my thing is that this person, this liar, cheater, thief, is somehow in your circle. It's somehow like he keeps coming back around for some reason. He's going around and around this rock. I feel like this is a career thing because this actually does relate. Okay, so this is the same rock. So like you've been really, really hard at work and on maybe a project or something you got going on at work. You know, your career even. You can even have been working a really long time. And there's someone at work that wants to steal your ideas. They want to take your ideas and make them their own. They want to, they don't want you to get credit for what you're doing. And this person kind of follows you around and, you know, it's watching you and you don't even realize. This is a sneaky person. This is somebody who does things at night when you're not really awake, you know, also. And, you know, if you're a girl, you know that this guy is doing this, you know. You maybe have been involved with somebody who cheated on you and somehow, some way, they're still trying to come back into your life. Some way, somehow, they're not being real with you. They're not being honest with you. You know, they're still trying to get away with it. This is a cheater who thinks he can get away with it, and for the most part, has gotten away with it. Because he doesn't think he's going to get caught. He thinks nobody sees him, but the thing is you see him. You know, whoever's watching this video, you see him or her doing what they're not supposed to be doing. And there may be a moment soon on October 4th or around October 4th where you actually catch him. You know, he doesn't see that you caught him, but you did catch him in some way, doing something that's either lying or cheating. I feel like some of you may be actually going through their partner or spouse's cell phone, which is never good. The minute you do that, it breaks the trust irrevocably, permanently. That's it. It's over. So you never want to do that. Never, 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 never. Rule number one is do not look through the cell phone. Because you know what? Whatever's in there, you don't want to know. You probably already know that he's cheating. You probably know that you may have just been dealing with cheating issues. You know, maybe your ex-boyfriend cheated on you and you're afraid the next relationship you get into, you're going to be with a cheater. That could be what it is. If you're single and you're not dealing with this, you know. This could also be like an ex-boyfriend who has a hook in you, too. I just thought about that. Who has a hook in you, and you can't really shake him off. You can't really get rid of him because there's a hook some way, and he keeps coming back. He doesn't want to see who he really is. You kind of have a feeling for who he really is, but he doesn't want to, like, share who he really is. And he may have a couple of friends. He may have some cohorts, you know, people that you know, are in his little clique or little followers of him, you know, that support him. You know, they're like the getaway guys. You know what I mean? And there are things that, you know, you have against him aside from this. You know, I'm just noticing. I've actually never really thought about it this way, but there are all these swords here. And to me, those are opportunities. It's like ammunition, what you call ammunition in a relationship. It's like if somebody says something to you, you could always use it against them later. You know, in relationships, it's notorious for this kind of stuff. But anyways, you have some ammunition against him. So he shouldn't be doing what he's doing because maybe he's done it before and he caught him before. But anyways, it's like the swan, I feel like it's a her, is going to take those swords and use them. You're going to use this ammunition somehow against them, whether it's in the divorce, when you get a divorce, or whether it's just you're going to get him back. You want revenge. I kind of get the feeling you want revenge for all this stuff. And the thing is we're in Mercury retrograde. So the whole thing about retrograde is that it's all about revising, revisiting, reviewing, so you're going back in your mind and maybe you're thinking about this guy and this guy is bothering you some way. Like you're just thinking about him, it's bothering you, Or just thinking about maybe you feel like it's wrong for people to cheat on each other and that's your perspective. But I have to say, guys, I'm glad that this card is in my deck because even though it is negative, it is realistic. I get so many calls, so many comments, so many questions about cheating. And it's prevalent in our culture more than you would think and more than you would like to ever know. And my suggestion is when you're dealing with cheating and that you're in a relationship and it's complicated, get out of it as soon as you can. That's the only suggestion that I have for you right now. You got to get out of it. You've got to go away. You've got to fly away. This bird can fly away from this dude. She needs to go. She needs to get away. You need to either move away, separate, divorce. It just has to happen. You need to take that leap of faith, You need to be like that leap of faith. You need to take the leap, jump off the rock on your own. And a lot of people are afraid to leave relationships that are complicated or their spouse or their partner or whatever, and they'll put up with the cheating and all that just because they don't want to be alone or just because they don't want somebody to, just because they want love, and it's sort of like they don't like the insecurity that they're going to feel when they get out of the relationship they're in. So they'd rather put up with the cheating or they'd rather stay in a bad marriage, and that's hard for me to hear when I'm in readings because I want the best for my clients. I want the best for everybody, really, and I don't want people to think that people that get caught up in that security blanket vibe of staying in something that's not good for you because of A, B, C, and D. If you're in something that's not good for you, it's time for you to leave. That's my message. Because you've got these two really great cards here on this day, on the 4th. This is a great energy. I feel like you're planning a trip. You're planning to go someplace. You may be going on a big trip. And you feel like you've finally gotten to where you want to be in your career. And you've finally gotten to be where you want in life. And this energy is holding you back in some way. You need to have your energy examined. Your aura is healed, stuff like that. I have partnered with my friend Catherine Ray, who does healing energy, divine healing wisdom is what she does on YouTube. And, everybody, she does 90-minute sessions. She also just added a cord cutting session. Her 90-minute is discounted if I refer you guys to her. So if you want the discount, just tell her that you watched my video and that I referred you. And to her, and it's instead of $150 for 90 minutes, it's only $135, which is a 10% discount. And she added the cord cutting session, so just to cut cords is I think it's 30 minutes and it's $75. I'd have to double check on that, but I'm pretty sure that that's what it is, and it's just for cord cutting. So it's like if you know that you have an ex husband or ex-boyfriend that are causing you problems, or ex-girlfriend, whatever it is, you know, and you want to get that cord cut, it would be probably, you know, we call it cord of attachment. That's really causing you to have like never-ending thoughts about that person. My feeling is that this energy is haunting you a little bit. It's haunting you. It's like things are really great, but there's this one element of your life, and it has to do with relationships, that it's not where you'd like it to be, and it has the potential to be really, really great. So on that note, I think I'm going to go to sleep. My hair is totally frizzed out, so it's time. But I really appreciate, you know, all the love that you guys have sent. Continue to feel free to, you know, send me messages, emails. My email is elizabetholson31@gmail for private readings. I am getting booked up very quickly. A lot of people are asking me for, you know, they have urgent questions, burning questions, and, you know, they want to get in right away, but, you know, I don't want to have to tell you it's like 2 weeks out, because, you know, it's hard when you have a burning question. You want it answered right away. You can also be put on my waiting list, so you can always email me and tell me, you know, you want my first available, and I do have cancellations sometimes. Sometimes people need to reschedule, so feel free to do that too. And on that note, I wish you a wonderful night. Lots of love, big hugs, and big kisses. And I will talk to you guys again soon. I'll be doing a lot more videos this weekend. Sleep in tomorrow, and hopefully it'll look a little bit less frizzy for you. But have a wonderful night. Take care.